Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dishu and you're watching Data Science with Dishu. So in the last video, we have covered up with the Python loops and functions where we have seen a lot of example. But उसके बाद भी आपको कोई भी doubt है, so you can ask those doubts in comment box or you can join the WhatsApp community. Link is available in the description. Make sure you check that. And if you haven't seen the last video, you can check out here. And at the end of the last video, मैंने एक quiz question दिया था that I will be going to discuss at the last of this session, and along with that I will also provide a new quiz question at the last of this session. So make sure you are here throughout this video. Now in this video, what I am going to discuss, I am going to discuss an important concept that is called Python functions. Now this concept carries a lot of importance. If you don't know functions, then you won't be able to code properly, like you won't be able to reuse the codes that you have written. So I'll be actually explaining all of these things, like what is function, why we use that, and what are the different types of functions that you can use. So make sure you hit the like button before starting this session. And if you haven't yet started learning data science, then check out this playlist. I am providing a full stack data science program, and this video is a part of that program. So without getting any further delay, let's get started. Alright guys, so we are going to start Python functions. So let's see, first of all we are going to look at the definition of function. So a function in Python is a block of code that performs a specific task when called. And functions are a way to encapsulate a reusable piece of code. Now that is an important line, reusable piece of code, making your program more modular and easier to maintain. Now you have to focus here, reusable piece of code. That means what? Using function, what you do, first of all you perform a specific task. Let's say for example, there is a function that you are creating which takes input as any number. Let's say you are taking x as an input and you are returning a value of x square. That means you are squaring that number and giving that as an output. Now for example, let's say you are taking 2 as an input to your function and the output that you are giving is the 2 square, that means 4. So let's say you have built this function which takes any number as input and gives the square as an output. So this is the specific task that you are performing using that function. Now how you can do that? Using a Python code, simply you will write some lines of Python code and that will actually execute your logic using like taking any number and giving a square as an output. Now let's say you have built that piece of code that is actually used to square the number. Now let's say after some weeks or some days, someone again asks you to make the code that actually square the number. Now are you going to again write all the lines of code that you have written? Obviously you can write 1 or 2 times, but not all the times now. Like this block of code may be usable at many times, so you will be not writing that piece of code again and again now. So what you will be doing to reuse that piece of code, you will convert that as a function. So you will write that logic, that means the piece of code, and you will convert that as a function. So you will actually write that in a way that actually called as a function. Now after defining that, what you can do, that if someone asks you again to write a logic that takes any number as an input and gives the square of that number, so you are not going to write that code again. Since you have used the function concept, what you will do, the name of the function that you have given, you will simply, let's say the name of the function that you have given is, let's say square underscore num. So this is the name of function you have given while defining that piece of logic. So when someone asks you again to call that logic, you will not again write this code, you will simply give them the function name square num. So what he will do, he will just take the square num function name and he will pass the any number, let's say 5. So this will actually give an output of 5 square equals to 25. That means you have encapsulated this piece of code and you call this concept as a function and you have given a name of the function square num. So you can just call this function, this is called calling. You can just call this function, that means you have to pass any number to that function and it will just give the output. Now this is the simple concept of function. नाउ आप फंक्शन को डिफाइन कैसे करोगे, यू नीड टू नो दैट. लाइक यू हैव अंडरस्टूड व्हाट इज फंक्शन, व्हाई वी यूज दैट, but how you can write that function, what is the syntax of writing that function, that you are going to see it here. Syntax of defining a function. So first of all you have to give a keyword that is called def. So def is actually a short form of definition, so you are actually defining a function, na? So that is why you are actually giving a short name of defining, let's say def. Now here you give the function name. So the function name which I was calling now, like square num that you have defined. So you have to give any function name that you want to give based on your choice, but make sure that name actually makes some sense. Just like here you can see that a square num is simply making sense that it is going to square any number. Now after giving the function name, you are going to give a round bracket, and inside that you are going to pass the parameters. So parameters are actually, you can say, an input to your function. That means whatever the function, the logic that you are writing, what are the input variables that is required in your function. Just like for example, the function that, let's say we have written a function of squaring a number. So what input you are giving here? Just a number, na? You have to just square a number. So a number is the input here. So that means you have to give single parameter, let's say any number x. Similarly, this logic can be anything, na? Instead of just a squaring number, let's say you are multiplying two numbers, x multiplied by y. So in this case, what are the parameters you have? You have two parameters, x and y. Let's say you are giving input 2 and 3. So what it will do? It will just multiply them, 2 into 3, that means 6. So there are two parameters here, x and y. That means based on your logic of the function, whatever the number of parameters that is required to pass into that function, you need to pass it here. After just you have to give a colon, and then you have to change the line and make sure you are giving an indentation. So if you don't know indentation, I have described that in the last session, you can just check that here. And then you have to write the function code here. So whatever the function code, that means the logic of your function, this is just the definition that you have given. That means you have just giving a function name and the number of parameters that is required. Now after that, whatever the logic that you have to write it here. And at the last, you have to return the result. What is that return means? That means whatever the result you are getting, that means let's say in this case, you are getting what? Let's say you are passing 2, then what your function is doing? Squaring the number, that means 2 square 4. That means 4 is the result you have. So if you return that result, what will happen? If you call this function again, you can just store the result in any variable. Let's say I am giving a variable sq and I am calling that function square num underscore num, pardon my handwriting, and you will just pass, let's say 5. So what will happen? This function will return what? 25, 5 square 25, and this is going to be stored in the variable sq. So why it is going to be stored? Because in your logic you have given a return statement. So you have given a return statement of the result that you are getting. So that is why it is getting stored in that function. That means the return statement is going to store the result, and that is going to store in what? In a variable that you have defined. So in this whole concept, what are the different parts that you are required to give in the syntax to define a function? You have three parts. First is the definition part, then the logic part, what is the function that logic you are applying, and the last is the return statement. So this was just an overview of what is function and how we can write that. This is the syntax. So this was just a theoretical part. अगर आप 50% भी समझ गए हो, that is enough. Now I am going to discuss all this concept and we are going to practically write functions in the Colab notebook. वहाँ पे वो आपको पूरे 100% क्लियर हो जाएंगे. So here we are in Colab notebook. So function basically दो टाइप के हैं, like inbuilt and user defined. So what is that inbuilt and user defined? So first of all, function is just a useful defined rule that groups together a set of statements so that it can run more than once. So it can be run more than once. So inbuilt function क्या होता है actually? That in Python there are some functions that are inbuilt. That means what? Ki there is some logic that has been already defined in Python. Let's say for example there is a function that is called len that you have already used na. So when I was mentioning some functions and method that we use in Python, let's say for string, for list, for dictionary, we have some functions and method that I will already describe. So what are those functions and method? Those are inbuilt functions and methods that we have. So that means we have already defined some functions in Python that we can generally use anywhere. So this is called inbuilt function. For example, len, if I just pass any string to a len function, what it will do? It will just return the count of the characters we have. So let's say in function along with a space. So you need to take care of that there is a space also. If I just run that, it will return what? It will return 9 because you can see functions is having 8 characters and there is a space in between. So if I just remove that space, it will now return 8. Now this is the single example that I am giving in inbuilt function, क्योंकि मैंने already बहुत सारे example दे रखे हैं, like whatever I have taught in data structure, list, string and then tuples, उन सारे data type के मैंने बहुत सारे functions and methods show किए हैं. So you can just go through it and check that what are the functions we have that are inbuilt. Now the main focus of this session is to learn how to define a user defined function. That means we are going to make our own function that we can use inside that cell. So we are going to define our own function that we can reuse that again and again. So the simple syntax I have already shown you. First of all, you have to give a def keyword. Then this is the function name that you have to provide. Then what are the different parameters or you can say arguments that are required for your function. Then a colon, then line change, and then whatever the logic that you are writing for your function. And along with that what you can do actually using that triple code, what you can do कि आप यहाँ पे लिख सकते हो that actually what your function do. Let's say the function that you are making is squaring the number. So आप यहाँ पे direct लिख सकते हो what your function do. So you can directly write here that this function squares the number, so that anyone who is looking at your function, he can easily understand that what actually you are doing here. And then last में whatever the result you have, आपको उसे बस return कर देना है. So this is the simple syntax of defining a function. Let's say we are going to start with a simple function. So there are many types of function that we can use. So first of all, we are going to start with a simple function. So the function is what? To check a number is even or not. That means we are going to check the number is even or not. That means we are not going to print it is odd or even. We are just checking that is it even or not. If it is even, then we are going to return true, and if it is not even, we are going to return false. So how you can define that? Let's say first of all def keyword, then I am giving a function name. Since my function is doing what? मेरा function check कर रहा है that it is a even or not. So based on that I can give a simple name of the function check even, so that it will be more clear what the function is doing. Then उसके बाद क्या करना है आपको? You have to provide the number of parameters or argument you are passing. So you are providing a simple number ना, you are just checking that is it even or not. So आप क्या provide करोगे? Simple एक number provide करोगे. So that is why you are just giving any one variable name. So जो भी number आप pass कर रहे हो, let's say you are storing that number in n variable. So let's say आप इस function में let's say कोई number pass कर रहे हो, let's say 5. So n का value क्या हो जाएगा यहाँ पे? 5 हो जाएगा. So it will keep changing whatever the number that you are providing. If you are providing 10, then n will become 10. Now after that in triple quote, as I mentioned कि आप यहाँ पे लिख सकते हो कि आपका function actually कर क्या रहा है. So let's say I'm writing it here that this function checks for the number even or not. So this makes clear for the viewer जो भी आपका function देख रहा है, he will be clear that कि आपका function actually क्या कर रहा है. Now how you can check any number is even or not? Simply आप उसे 2 से divide करोगे and whatever the remaining, let's say कि remaining 0 आ रहा है, that means कि वो even number है. If remaining 0 नहीं आ रहा है, then that is not an even number. So that means you are going to use a if else condition. So जो number आप provide कर रहे हो वो किस variable में जा रहा है? n में. So you are going to check the n variable. So you are going to check if n modulus of 2. That means जो भी आपका number आ रहा है उसको आप modulus of 2 दे रहे हो. That means after dividing 2 क्या remaining आ रहा है? इफ़ दैट इज इक्वल्स टू 0 दैट मीन्स कि वो इवन है, सो यू विल रिटर्न व्हाट, यू विल रिटर्न ट्रू। एल्स मीन्स अगर ये कंडीशन नहीं होता है दैट मीन्स फॉल्स, यू हैव टू रिटर्न फॉल्स। दैट मीन्स दिस विल जस्ट रिटर्न अगर कोई नंबर इवन है ट्रू, अगर कोई नंबर इवन नहीं है सो फॉल्स। सो लेट्स से आई एम डिफाइनिंग दैट। Now once the function you have defined, how you can call that? You can just call that by the name of the function. So whatever the name that you have given, आपने function का name क्या दिया है, check even. So you will call check even, and check even call करने के बाद आपको argument भी पास करना है, क्योंकि आपने जितने भी argument यहाँ पे दिए हुए हैं all the argument you have to pass it here. So आपने एक simple एक ही argument दिया है यार n, दैट मीन्स आप कोई भी एक नंबर प्रोवाइड कर सकते हो। लेट्स से आई एम प्रोवाइडिंग 7, सो इफ़ यू आर प्रोवाइडिंग 7 एंड इफ़ यू जस्ट कॉल दैट, यू कैन सी इट इज़ प्रिंटिंग फॉल्स, दैट मीन्स इट इज़ रिटर्निंग, एक्चुअली नॉट प्रिंटिंग, इट इज़ रिटर्निंग फॉल्स। दैट मीन्स 7 क्या इवन नहीं है, दैट इज़ वाई फॉल्स। सो क्या हो रहा है एट द बैक एंड, क्या हो रहा है, n इक्वल्स टू 7 हो जा रहा है। जैसे ही आपने 7 पास किया ये फंक्शन पूरा कॉल हो जा रहा है, n इक्वल्स टू 7 हो जा रहा है, दैट मीन्स इट इज चेकिंग 7 मॉडुलस ऑफ 2 इज इक्वल्स 0 और नॉट। सो ये कंडीशन ट्रू नहीं होगा, सो इट विल गो टू द एल्स कंडीशन एंड इट विल रिटर्न फॉल्स। सो दिस इज कॉल्ड व्हाट, दिस इज कॉल्ड अ सिंपल फंक्शन। नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू टेक 2 more एग्जाम्पल्स सो दैट इट विल बी मोर क्लियर, क्योंकि फंक्शन पार्ट बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है एंड आई वॉन्ट टू मेक श्योर कि आप लोग सभी फंक्शन सही से समझे, सो दैट इट विल नॉट क्रिएट अ प्रॉब्लम इन द फ्यूचर सेशन। सो नेक्स्ट फंक्शन में हम क्या करने वाले हैं, वी आर गोइंग टू राइट अ पाइथन फंक्शन विच टेक्स अ लिस्ट ऑफ नंबर्स एज एन इनपुट and returns the square of the maximum number. So that means instead of passing an input as a number, we are passing a list of numbers. That means many numbers we are passing in a list, और उसमें हम क्या करेंगे, we are going to find out the square of the maximum number. So first of all we will find the maximum number and then जो भी maximum number होगा उसका हम square कर देंगे and then whatever the result we are having उसको हम return कर देंगे. So let's say we are going to define the function def, that is the keyword, then max square, that is the function name that we are giving, then we are passing the parameter that is num list, that means this is the name of the variable that we are passing. एक्चुअली में हमको इनपुट यहाँ पे क्या देना है, जब भी हम फंक्शन कॉल करेंगे वी आर गोइंग टू पास इट हियर अ लिस्ट ऑफ नंबर, दैट इज वाई आई हैव गिवन अ वेरिएबल नेम that is num list. So it is actually representing that we are going to provide a list of numbers. और आपका फंक्शन क्या करेगा, दैट यू कैन राइट इन ट्रिपल कोट. सो यू कैन सी दिस फंक्शन रिटर्न्स द स्क्वायर ऑफ द मैक्सिमम फ्रॉम अ लिस्ट ऑफ नंबर्स. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो भी आपका लिस्ट ऑफ नंबर्स आप यहाँ प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू आर गोइंग टू फाइंड व्हाट, यू आर गोइंग टू फाइंड आउट द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू आउट ऑफ दैट लिस्ट. सो मैक्सिमम वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करने के लिए क्या करोगे, सिंपली आप मैक्स फंक्शन कॉल करोगे. सो यू कैन सी ना, आप एक यूज़र डिफाइंड फंक्शन क्रिएट कर रहे हो दैट नेम इज़ मैक्स स्क्वायर, और उसमें आप पहले से एक इनबिल्ट फंक्शन कॉल कर रहे हो. यू कैन सी मैक्स इज़ व्हाट, मैक्स इज एन इनबिल्ट फंक्शन इन पाइथन. सो आप एक फंक्शन के अंदर दूसरा फंक्शन कॉल कर सकते हो, दैट इज़ पॉसिबल. सो जो भी आपका नम लिस्ट वेरिएबल था उसको आप मैक्स फंक्शन में कॉल कर रहे हो, सो इट विल जस्ट रिटर्न द मैक्सिमम नंबर. एंड देन आप क्या कर रहे हो, यू आर जस्ट हैविंग ए स्क्वायर ऑफ दैट नंबर, so that is called max square. That means you are giving another variable name max square, and this is the final result you are having, a square of the maximum number. So आप इसको क्या कर रहे हो, रिटर्न कर दे रहे हो. So that is the function you have. Now I am going to define that and next I am going to call that. So कॉल करने के लिए क्या करोगे, सिंपली मैक्स स्क्वायर फंक्शन नेम दे दोगे एंड देन राउंड ब्रैकेट, एंड उसके अंदर आपको पास करना है अ लिस्ट ऑफ नंबर्स, जो कि आपको एज एन इनपुट पास करना है फंक्शन में. सो यू कैन सी दिस इज द लिस्ट ऑफ नंबर दैट आई हैव गिवन. सो यू कैन सी ना, सिंपली आप देखोगे यहाँ पे तो मैक्सिमम नंबर क्या है, 21 इज़ द मैक्सिमम नंबर, एंड 21 का स्क्वायर क्या होगा, 441. सो दैट इट शुड रिटर्न. सो यू कैन सी इट इज़ रिटर्निंग 441. अगर मैं यहाँ पे 21 के जगह पे कुछ और नंबर कर दूँ, लेट्स से आई एम पासिंग 3 एंड इन प्लेस ऑफ 19 आई एम पासिंग 9. सो नाउ विच इज़ द मैक्सिमम नंबर, 15 now, so it should return 15 square, that is 225. So you can see if I run that, it is simply returning 225. So the next example that we are going to give is the write a function which count the occurrences of a vowel in a string. That means आप एक फंक्शन डिफाइन करने वाले हो जिसमें आप सिंपली कोई भी स्ट्रिंग प्रोवाइड करोगे, लेट्स से एनी नेम और एनी स्ट्रिंग दैट यू आर प्रोवाइडिंग टू योर फंक्शन, और उसमें जितने भी वॉवेल्स हैं it will just count the occurrence of that vowels and it will return the count of that vowels. So how we can do that? Just def keyword, then the function name, let's say the function name that I am giving is the count vowels. Then we are going to pass any name, so that is why I have given a variable called name. Now after taking that string as an input, what we are going to check कि उसमें कितने vowels हैं. Now first of all, to check the vowels we need to have the vowels ना, हमें फंक्शंस को बताना पड़ेगा ना, लाइक विच कैरेक्टर्स आर वॉवेल्स, सो दैट इट कैन चेक दैट ये कैरेक्टर्स उसमें है कि नहीं, सो दैट इट कैन काउंट. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी आर गोइंग टू डिफाइन अ वेरिएबल दैट इज़ हैविंग वॉवेल्स. उसमें हम वॉवेल्स का एक स्ट्रिंग डाल देंगे, क्योंकि हम जानते हैं स्ट्रिंग को हम फॉर लूप के अंदर ले सकते हैं. सो एक एक कैरेक्टर्स को हम लेंगे फॉर लूप में और एक एक कैरेक्टर का कंपैरिजन करेंगे कि वो कैरेक्टर उस नेम स्ट्रिंग में है कि नहीं. सो दैट इज़ द लॉजिक दैट वी आर गोइंग टू परफॉर्म. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल काउंट, हमें काउंट करना है ना कि कितने वॉवेल्स उसमें है. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल काउंट का वैल्यू हम 0 रखेंगे, सो दैट इज़ कॉल्ड इनिशियलाइजेशन. सो हम एक इनिशियलाइज कर दे रहे हैं वेरिएबल काउंट जिसमें शुरू में 0 है, एंड देन अगर कोई वॉवेल्स उसमें मिलता है सो हम लोग उसमें ऐड करते जाएंगे. अगर कोई भी वॉवेल्स नहीं है उस स्ट्रिंग में सो इट विल रिमेन 0 और वही प्रिंट हो जाएगा. Now because we have defined the vowels in a small case, हमें make sure करना है कि whatever the name that input we are taking that should be in lower case. So even if someone is providing a name that start with the upper case, हमें पहले उसको सारे characters को lower case में change कर देना है so that we can compare the vowels that is already in lower case. क्योंकि आप एक lower case character को upper case से compare करोगे so it will not compare that. सो हाउ वी कैन चेंज दैट वेरिएबल इनटू लोअर केस? सिंपली एक डॉट लोअर मेथड हम डिफाइन करेंगे ऑन नेम वेरिएबल. सो जो भी स्ट्रिंग आ रहा है उस पर हम लोग डॉट लोअर मेथड लगा दिए. इट विल जस्ट चेंज दैट नेम इनटू लोअर केस और उसको हम लोग वापस रीडिफाइन कर दें ओरिजिनल नेम वेरिएबल में. नाउ आफ्टर डूइंग दैट लोअर केस व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू डू, अब हमें चेक करना है लाइक वट एवर द वॉवेल्स वी हैव, हमें चेक करना है उसमें है कि नहीं. सो लेट्स से फॉर एग्जाम्पल, लेट्स से हम लोग मिहिर पांडे का एक नेम लेते हैं एंड वी आर गोइंग टू चेक कि इसमें कितने सारे वॉवेल्स हैं. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मिहिर में जो भी कैरेक्टर आ रहा है, पहला क्या आ रहा है, एम, दैट इज़ हैविंग कैपिटल. सो दैट इज़ वाई आई वाज सेइंग कि इसको स्मॉल केस में चेंज करना ज़रूरी है. सो दैट लाइन एक्चुअली मेकिंग श्योर कि ये जो भी नेम है यहाँ पे हम लोग का, इंस्टेड ऑफ हैविंग दैट ये चेंज हो जाएगा. Let's say here I am writing it will change into lower case, that means it will be a small m and that will be also a small p. Now what it is going to do, for char in names, that means कि हम लोग यहाँ पे एक for loop यूज़ कर रहे हैं and char is the iterator and name is the iterable. So name में हमारा string क्या है, मीर पांडे. So it will going to take all the characters one by one. लेट्स से पहला कैरेक्टर क्या होगा, एम लेगा. सो दैट कैर वेरिएबल विल स्टोर ए स्मॉल एम. अब क्या करेगा, इस एम को इफ़ कैर, दैट मीन्स इफ़ एम इन वॉवेल्स. नाउ दिस स्टेटमेंट इज डूइंग व्हाट, it is just checking that m is present in that whole string or not. So it will compare all the vowels one by one. m को a से compare करेगा, that is not equal. e से compare करेगा, then I, then ou. When it will compare all the characters in vowels, it will just return true or false. That means we are having a if condition. So if that m is present in here, so here m is not present ना, vowels में नहीं है, so it will return false. So that means this condition is false. So count क्या है, count will not increment. So this statement is not going to perform. So that means count simply अभी भी 0 है. Now the next character is what, I. So I is what, I is actually present here ना. So that means this condition becomes true. So that means count plus equals to 1. और इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि count is equal to count plus 1. So count शुरू में क्या था, 0 था. now we are adding that one. Why we are adding? Because I is actually a vowel जो कि vowels में present है, and we are counting कि कितने vowels हैं, so हमारा count increase होना चाहिए, so that is why we are having an increment of count. So as soon as it will find that कोई character vowels में है, it will just increment that, otherwise it will do nothing. So that means it is just counting the vowels, and at last आप क्या कर रहे हो, इसको just print कर दे रहे हो using f string. So that I have already explained कि f string क्या होता है, how we can print that. So one thing you have to notice here कि हम लोग यहाँ पर return नहीं कर रहे हैं. So count को either you can return or just simply print. Now I will show you कि print और return करने में क्या difference है. So let's say first of all I am defining that function. Now I am going to call that function, और इसमें हम लोग मिहिर पांडे एज अ स्ट्रिंग पास कर रहे हैं. सो इट विल जस्ट काउंट द नंबर ऑफ वॉवेल्स. सो आई देन ए एंड देन ई. सो टोटल वी हैव 4 वॉवेल्स, सो दैट इज़ वाई इट इज़ रिटर्निंग 4. नाउ यू कैन सी हमने प्रिंट स्टेटमेंट यूज किया था. सो नाउ इफ़ आई वांट टू स्टोर द रिजल्ट इन अ वेरिएबल, लेट्स से आई एम गिविंग अ वेरिएबल नेम var एंड आई वांट टू जस्ट स्टोर द रिजल्ट. सो काउंट ऑफ दिस, लेट्स से it is returning anything. If I just run that, you can see it is just returning the same thing, count of 4. now अगर आप सोच रहे हो कि var वेरिएबल में आपका वो स्टोर हो गया है, so if I just print that, you can see it is printing nothing. even if I use print, you can see what it is returning, it is returning none. So that means nothing has been stored in that variable. Now instead of having a print statement, if I just give a return statement and if I return the count, now if I define that and let's say now I am running that thing and now I am printing var, so you can see it is printing 4 now. So that means अगर आप return use करोगे, so that will return a value that will be stored in a variable that you are defining. So that is the important of having a return statement. Otherwise if you just print that, it will not return anything और आप उसको किसी वेरिएबल में स्टोर नहीं कर पाओगे. So that is the main difference between printing and returning in a function. Cool guys, so अभी तक आपने जो भी एग्जांपल देखा that was a simple function. So हम लोगों ने simple function का एग्जांपल्स बहुत सारा देखा. And now we are going to discuss about some different type of functions. Like example 2 में क्या है, a function with default arguments. So पहले क्या होता था, like you can see हम लोगों ने जो भी functions create किया है, जो भी functions define किए हैं, we are passing an argument ना, and उस argument का और parameter का वहाँ पे हम लोग value नहीं दे रहे हैं. Like we are not giving any value until there. We are giving the value when we are calling the function. Like when you are calling the function, let's say count vowels, then you are passing the value of that variable, or you can say parameter, or you can also say argument. So name का जो भी आपने value दिया है, that you are giving when you are calling the function. But क्या ऐसा हो सकता है that at the time of defining the function you are giving the value of that argument or parameter? So that can be possible, and that is called a default argument. That means function with the default argument. So इसमें क्या होगा, like you can see the syntax is similar to the syntax that you have seen. Just like the first keyword is the def, then the function name, and let's say you have 2 arguments. That means you are passing 2 parameters, name and let's say another argument that is greeting. Now name का value जो है आप अभी नहीं देना चाहते हो. Like name is the argument that you are defining in a function which you want to give value at the time of calling the function. But there is another argument, let's say greeting, and the value of that argument you want to give at the time of definition of the function. मतलब आप जब फंक्शन डिफाइन कर रहे हो आप उसे उसी टाइम वैल्यू दे रहे हो. लेट्स से ग्रीटिंग जो आर्गुमेंट है उसका आप वैल्यू दे दिए हेलो. सो हेलो इज ए स्ट्रिंग दैट यू आर पासिंग एज अ वैल्यू इनसाइड द पैरामीटर ग्रीटिंग. नाउ अब क्या होगा, लेट्स से in your function what you are doing, you are just returning greeting plus there is a comma and then name. That means you are actually concatenating a string and you are just returning that. So greeting यहाँ पे जो आप पास कर रहे हो, so greeting क्या है, ग्रीटिंग इज़ अ पैरामीटर जो आपके फंक्शन में डिफाइन हुआ है एज अ पैरामीटर, आप उसको यहाँ पे ले रहे हो. नाउ यू आर जस्ट कंकैटिनेटिंग अ कॉमा एंड देन द नेम. नाउ नेम वेरिएबल जो है उसका वैल्यू अभी आपको पता नहीं है. सो व्हेन यू विल बी कॉलिंग, आप जब कॉल करोगे ग्रीट फंक्शन को, then you are passing the value of that variable name. So let's say I'm calling the function greet. So name of the function is greet and then I'm passing a value bob. So you can see आपने जो आर्गुमेंट दिया है आपके फंक्शन में, there are two arguments name and greeting, but you are passing only one value. Why? Because एक का तो वैल्यू आपने उसी टाइम दे दिया ना. So you have already given the value of one parameter. So there is only one parameter whose value you want to give it here while calling the function. So you can see I'm just passing a one argument and then I'm just storing that in a variable called message and then printing that. So you can see what it is printing, hello Bob. So you have just passed the variable Bob and it is printing hello Bob. So this is called a function with default arguments. So there may be many examples. दिस वॉज जस्ट अ सिंपल एग्जाम्पल दैट आई हैव गिवन. बट यहाँ पे आप स्ट्रिंग के जगह पे कोई भी नंबर पास कर सकते हो. अनदर थिंग, एनीथिंग दैट यू वांट टू पास यू कैन पास देयर एंड आप उसका एक्सप्लिसिटली वहाँ पे वैल्यू डिफाइन कर सकते हो व्हेन यू आर डिफाइनिंग द फंक्शन एट द सेम टाइम. एंड वाई वी एक्चुअली यूज़ दैट, क्योंकि कभी कभी क्या आता है व्हेन यू आर डिफाइनिंग अ फंक्शन, जो भी आर्गूमेंट्स और पैरामीटर्स होते हैं, समटाइम्स वी डोंट वांट टू चेंज दैट. मतलब कि हम चाहते हैं कि जो पैरामीटर है उसका वैल्यू फिक्स्ड हो जाए. वी विल बी नॉट एबल टू चेंज दैट वाइल कॉलिंग द फंक्शन. देन इन दोज केसेस वी एक्चुअली डिफाइन अ फंक्शन विद डिफॉल्ट आर्गूमेंट. कूल. सो नेक्स्ट थिंग इज अ फंक्शन विद मल्टीपल रिटर्न वैल्यूज. सो अभी तक जो भी हमने रिटर्न वैल्यूज किया है दैट वाज द सिंगल वैल्यू दैट वी आर रिटर्निंग. आइदर यू कैन सी हियर रिटर्न काउंट or you are returning just here you are just concatenating three strings but you are returning only single value. ये concatenate होकर single एक value होगा जिसको आप return कर रहे हो. But can you return two values or more than two values? Yes, that is possible. So that comes under a function with multiple return values. So आप देख सकते हो यहाँ पे हमने एक फिर से function define किया है with the name get name length. That means as the name suggests that, so we will pass any name inside that function and what we will get name and length, both thing we will get. So how you can get that? So let's say you are passing a name variable. Now the length will be what? Simply you can apply the length function and inside that you can pass the variable name. ये यहाँ पे आपका name का length return कर देगा and that will be stored inside the variable called length. And then what you are doing, you are returning two statements. सो फर्स्ट क्या कर रहे हो आप, जो नेम इनपुट दियो द सेम नेम यू आर रिटर्निंग एंड द सेकेंड थिंग यू आर रिटर्निंग इज द लेंथ ऑफ दैट नेम. सो यू कैन जस्ट प्रोवाइड अ कॉमा एंड you can return any number of values that you want. So I am returning two values here, name and length. So you can see when I'll be calling that, let's say I'm defining that function and then I'm just calling that function and the value which I am passing is the Charlie. So you can say it is just returning the name Charlie and along with that it is returning the length of that string. So you can see we are having two values as an return value. Now you have just written the values and this is the value you are getting. Now if you want to make it more clear, like आप show करना चाहते हो that this is the name and this is the length of that name, so you can also do that with the print statement. But print statement करने के पहले you will store the return values in some variables. Let's say result is the variable you are defining और उसमें आप क्या कर रहे हो, get name length फंक्शन कॉल कर रहे हो, चार्ली वेरिएबल चार्ली वैल्यू पास कर रहे हो. सो व्हाट इट विल डू, इट विल रिटर्न द सेम थिंग ना, दिस वन. नाउ दिस हैज़ बीन स्टोर्ड इन द रिजल्ट वेरिएबल, बट यू नो ना कि रिजल्ट वेरिएबल में दो वैल्यूज आ रहे हैं. सो हाउ यू कैन स्टोर द टू वैल्यूज इन डिफरेंट वेरिएबल्स. सो यू कैन जस्ट गिव टू वेरिएबल नेम्स सेपरेटेड बाय कॉमास. सो यू कैन से नेम एंड लेंथ and then you can say result. So instead of just doing this thing, what you can do, you can also do, instead of result you can directly pass it here the function. You can just call that function here. So it will return two values, Charlie and 7, and that will be stored in name and length. So the first value will be stored in the first variable. So name will be stored as a Charlie and length will be stored as a 7. and then you are just printing that name and then the corresponding name and then the length and the corresponding length. So you can see if I just run that, name Charlie and length 7. So it looks more clearer और आप इसे समझ सकते हो that what it represents. The fourth thing that we are going to look is the recursive function. So what is a recursive function? So if you know the English meaning of a word recursive or recursion, it means repetition. That means you are repeating the same thing. So from that concept, that recursive function comes here. इसमें क्या होता है कि the function can call themselves. What does that mean? A function call themselves. That means that let's say you are defining a function and you are giving the name of the function, let's say factorial. Now inside that function, that means you are defining the function factorial, और आप उसके अंदर ही that factorial function can be called. मतलब when you are defining a function with some name, the same function can be called within that function that you are defining. Now you will be saying भैया function define in your and you are calling that same function inside that function. How is that possible? So this is possible actually. होता क्या है, let's say I am giving an example of factorial. So if you know factorial, what is factorial ना? So I can just give you an example. Let's say आपको 4 factorial का value चाहिए. So what is that thing? So आपको just multiply करते जाना है from 4 to 1 in the decreasing order. So let's say 4 then multiplied by 3 then multiplied by 2 and then multiplied by 1. So this is the value of 4 factorial. Similarly अगर 5 factorial है 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So that is the factorial value we have. Now to calculate the factorial of any number हम लोग एक function define करते हैं. Let's say we are defining the name of the function as factorial और हम एक वैल्यू पास कर रहे हैं so that we can get the factorial of that value. That means हमारा टारगेट क्या है, if I call that factorial function उसमें एक नंबर पास करें हम, so it will just calculate the factorial of that number. 5 का factorial क्या होगा, 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that will be actually 120. So if I ask you to define a factorial function जो कि कोई भी input number ले और उसको factorial करके दे, what you can do, simply आप logic क्या लगाओगे, एक for loop लगा दोगे, for I in range, let's say आपका n कोई variable पास हो रहा है, n से लेके 1 तक in decreasing order -1, and then the logic will be what, you will say fact, let's say आपने एक शुरू में एक वेरिएबल डिफाइन कर दिया, लेट्स से फॉर इनिशियलाइजेशन फैक्ट इक्वल्स टू 1 एंड देन फैक्ट इक्वल्स टू फैक्ट मल्टीप्लाइड बाई आई. सो व्हाट विल हैपन, शुरू में फैक्ट इक्वल्स टू 1 है, आप जब भी कोई वैल्यू पास कर रहे हो लेट्स से n, क्या होगा, इट विल टेक फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल n, दैट मीन्स लेट्स से आप 5 पास कर रहे हो, सो इट विल टेक 5, देन 1 into 5 दैट मीन्स 5, देन लूप चलेगा, i will be then less than 1, that means 4, and then 4 will be multiplied with 5, similarly multiplied by 3, then 2 and then 1, and you will get the value of fact. But instead of using the for loop, you can also use the concept of recursive function. So let's see how a recursive function work. Let's say factorial function आपने define किया, n variable pass किया आपने, then let's say if n equals 0, that means let's say कोई input पास कर रहा है 0, so you will directly print or return the value 1. so 0 का factorial हमेशा 1 होता है. now instead of 0 अगर कोई other value पास करता है, so what will happen, it will comes under else condition, और उसमें आप क्या कर रहे हो, उसमें भी आप return कर रहे हो, and what value you are returning, n into factorial of n minus 1. now let's say आपने पास किया 5, so what will happen कि it will come into else condition, और इसमें क्या होगा, 5 multiplied by factorial of 5 minus 1, and 5 minus 1 will be what, 4. now you can see ना, आपने जब factorial function कॉल किया for value of 5, उसके अंदर ही एक बार फिर से factorial function कॉल हो जा रहा है, and this time it is having 4. so इसका वैल्यू क्या होगा, नेक्स्ट स्टेप में क्या होगा, that 5 तो वहीं रहेगा, now 5 multiplied by factorial 4 का वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगा, it will again call the same function, और उसके अंदर फिर से else condition में आ जाएगा, and then again it will be 4 multiplied by factorial of 4 minus 1, that means 3, and again it will go 5 into 4 into 3 into factorial of 2. एंड ये कब तक चलेगा? इट विल रन अप टू n बिकम्स 0. दैट मीन्स व्हेन n बिकम्स 0 तब तो ये वाला कंडीशन ट्रू हो जाएगा. देन इट विल जस्ट रिटर्न 1. So instead of going into else part and again calling the same function, it will just stop here. So at the last what will happen? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 into factorial of 0, and that is basically what? That is basically again 1. So it will be multiplied with 1. So the value we will be getting is the same 120. Now you can see na, instead of using a for loop, you just call the same function again and you just used if else statement and you have just calculated the factorial of that number. So this is the concept that we call a recursive function. Now last we are going to see a lambda function. What is a lambda function? Now lambda functions are small anonymous functions defined using the lambda keyword, and they are often used for short and simple operation. Let's say you want to create a simple function which takes only two numbers as an input and it returns the multiplication of that values. So आप simply अगर function define करना चाहोगे, so what you will do, you will say def and let's say multiply. You want to just give the function name and you are passing two variables x and y, and then you will return x into y. So this is the function that you have defined, and you can just define that and you can just call that multiply, and let's say I'm passing 2 comma 3 value, and see it will return 6. Now instead of writing that into two lines, using lambda function आप उसको simply एक line में लिख सकते हो. How you can do? This is the syntax for using the lambda function. So lambda function start with a variable and this variable can be compared as the function name. So आप जो भी function name यहाँ पे देते हो, that we call again that same function, you can just compare that with that variable in the lambda function. Now multiply equals to what? Lambda is the keyword that used, and आपका जो भी argument और parameters है, you give it here, let's say x comma y, let's say only two parameters you are passing, and then you have to give colon, and then what value you want to return? You want to return x into y na, so you don't need to give it a return statement, you just need to give the operation that you are doing. So x into y. So what it will do, it will take that lambda function, उसमें आप input डालोगे x and y and it will just return x into y. And how you can call the lambda function? Again, as I said, that this variable is the function name, so you just need to call that variable name multiply, और इसमें आप जो भी value pass करना चाहते हो, let's say 3 into 4, so 3 comma 4, and you can see it will just return 12. So what it is doing, it is just doing that operation and it is returning. So you can see now in just a single line you are able to create a function and you can also call that function. Now this is the simplest example of a lambda function that I have given. और भी complex lambda functions होते हैं, but I don't want to confuse you guys. Since you are learning the new concept, I have just given a simple example, and in future when you will be using lambda function, उस टाइम पे सारे complicated चीज़ clear हो जाएंगे if you know the basic things here. So that is it from this session. We have covered up functions in Python. Now it's time to discuss the last session quiz. So this is the quiz question that I have given in the last session. So you can see I have used for loop, and inside that I have also used Python conditional, that means if, elif and else conditions. So whenever you are solving any quiz question in Python, so you need to dry run the codes. Dry run का मतलब क्या होता है? That you have to think in mind that what will happen if you run this for loop and elif conditions, and you just need to write down each steps one by one and you will get the answer. So you can see what we are doing. We are doing a for loop, और for loop का range क्या है? From 1 to 11. Now you know that last number is excluded, so it will start from 1 but it will go up to 10 only. Now let's see what is happening at the conditionals. If I modulus of 3 equals 0, That means what? It is checking if I is divisible by 3. That means if I is divisible by 3, then it has to print hello. Another condition is what? L if I modulus 5 equals 0. That means if the number is divisible by 5, then print world. And if any of this condition didn't match, so what we have to do? We have to go to the else part and we have to print the I. That means जो भी I का वैल्यू उस टाइम पे है उसको हमें प्रिंट करना है. So let's start the loop. It will start from 1. So as 1 is not divisible by 3, again not 5, it will come into what? It will come into the else condition. So I का वैल्यू क्या है 1, so it will print 1. Again 2, it will print 2 क्योंकि इसमें कोई भी conditions नहीं हो रहा है. Now when it becomes 3, so you can see na, if I modulus of 3 equals 0, so 3 is divisible by 3, since the remainder will be 0, so it should print hello. So that means 1 2 के बाद hello print होगा. So in all the 4 options 1 2 hello तो है. Now we have to go to the next value, that means 4. Again 4 will come into else condition and it will print 4. Next again 5, so since 5 is divisible by 5, it will print world. So until here all the 4 options are same. Now we have to go to the next element, that means 6. Since 6 is divisible by 3, it should print hello. So you can see this option has been discarded here क्योंकि इसके बाद world के बाद 6 आ जा रहा है. Now again go to the next element, that means 7, and 7 is again coming into the else condition. So simply 7 print हो जाएगा. So you can see all these 3 options are having 7. Next go to the 8, again it will come into the else condition, so it will print 8. So again this option is discarded. Now we have left with only A and D. So next element is what? 9. Since 9 is divisible by 3, it should print hello. Same thing, hello hello. So A and D is again here. Now the last element will be what? 10, and 10 is divisible by 5, so that means it should print world. So you can see it should print this one. So D will be the correct answer. If I just run that, you can see it is printing 1 2 hello 4 world hello 7 at hello world. So this would match with the last option. So that is why the correct answer will be D. Now the quiz question for this session will be popping up here. You just need to pause the video and just try to solve it and put your answer in the comment box. So we'll meet in the next session soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.